Hey guys, it's Joaquin out at the airfield again. Almost no wind, looks like good conditions. These are my two birds I got flying right now. There's my first one, I call that my small 182, and this is my big 182. Getting ready to fly this one. Flaps, ailerons, rudder. Looks like everything's working. Had to, this will be my third flight with this one. First two flights I was just kind of dialing it in. Realized I needed some more aileron authority. So made some adjustments. I've got too much flaps too. Wants to stall when I land, so I've got some mixes that adjust my flaps, so I only use that first setting right there. And first flight was 7 minutes, but I only used 30% of the battery, so I bumped it up to 14, and we're going to see how she goes. So here we go. This will probably be my longest flight ever. There it goes. So obviously I haven't been on the site for a long time. Been staying busy. Need to trim it out a little bit. Wants to bank to the left. Hope everybody's doing good. Hi Brian and God, I don't remember everybody's name, but I do remember Brian. There she goes. My first flight, I wasn't used to the scale because it's about 1.5, 2 times bigger. What the heck? Okay, I'm having some aileron problems here. This is not good. Huh. Okay, well, it's working now. That was weird. Huh. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. The wind really moves it around quite a bit. It's a big wing. Wonder if that's what it is, or I'm just flying too slow. Well, this thing is really quiet. Got this guy from Hobby King. This is the 500 scale Cessna 182. I think I'm gonna come by. Which way is the wind blowing? I think I'm gonna do a little slow flyby. Listen to it. Boy, this thing really likes to float, I'll tell you. It's got a heck of a glide slope. Okay, there's no throttle right there. And I'm not giving it any up elevator at all. Look at that. Thing really likes to be in the air. Sounds like the motor's rubbing on something. Let me do a little pass. See if I can hear anything rubbing. No, doing fine. Uses almost, this is half throttle. It's got a really slow KV motor on it. They call it a donkey. I think it's a Hobby King brand. It's got lots of torque. It's got a 3-blade prop. Yeah, the wind does blow it around quite a bit. You can see how it's kind of crabbing. Got a little bit of a cross breeze. Wind's blowing about 4 miles an hour. It's about 55 degrees this morning. Got some buddies interested in flying. They've got some planes, but they couldn't make it today, so Huh. Sounds like maybe a vibration or something. You had about half throttle. So here's full throttle. Wow, torque really. Oh shit. Didn't want to do that. Okay. So did my first loop with this plane just now. Unintentionally. See how much I can climb. Nope. There's another loop. Oh, that's kind of fun. As long as I'm up high enough, it's not too nerve-wracking. Went camping with a bunch of friends about 2 weeks ago. We spent a week out at the Panamints. It's out in the California desert. It's just west of Death Valley on the other side of the, there's a mountain range that goes down the west side of the of Death Valley, and we're on the other side. There's a bunch of old mines and ghost towns and stuff out there. And I took my little 182, so I've got a camera mount on top of it, because I wanted to do a flight with the camera and fly around our campsite just so that people could get an idea of the scale of the place. I mean, it's huge. Let's see, I need to trim my elevator down. So anyway, the place is really rocky, and we're camping up in these alluvial fans. It's just where the over the millennia, the rain has washed, you know, rock and debris down from the mountains, and it piles up. But it's really rocky, so the problem was, you know, taking off is fine. I can get a friend to do a hand launch, but landing was going to be a trick. So he actually agreed to try to catch it while it was coming in. So normally with the little guy, I can get the flaps down, I can float it, you know, pretty slow, but it was warm and the air was real thin, and so as soon as I took off I realized it was going to be bad, because I had to be moving pretty good to stay in the air. So I did a couple of flights around, got some good footage. Came time to land, and oh man, it was ugly. I misjudged where my buddy was at, so he had to kind of dive for it, and he knocked it out of the sky, but he ate it, the plane ate it, but no worse than I've done myself trying to learn how to fly. So obviously you saw it's back in the air, but got some really cool footage, so maybe I'll post that video. You guys might enjoy it. Just get an idea of what the Panamints look like. It's a very cool place. We just usually, just a handful of us go out, stay for a week. No water. There's no nothing out there. We just pick a spot and camp and have a good time. Go check out old mines and drive the old dirt roads, and had a great time. Went and saw a place called Ghost Town of Riley, or I think it's called Reilly, where they were mining, I think it was tungsten for a while. But anyway, a lot of history out there. Well, I kind of like this guy. You can really feel the scale, you know, the size of it. Reacts a lot slower than the little one. Let's see, you got 5.5 minutes left. This is going to be a long video. Really enjoying this flight. Boy, a lot less tense than flying helicopters, I'll tell you. I'm kind of glad I learned on helicopters first, because geez, I don't know what it would be like going from an airplane to a helicopter. you know, thinking, hey, I got this, I can fly airplanes, and psh, helicopters are damn near impossible to fly. I need to practice my approaches from the left, because the wind is normally blowing from that direction over there. That's where the ocean is. Actually, it's not blowing at all right now. I also need to practice my right turns into the runway, so I'm going to do that right now. I usually always turn away from myself, and I need to break that habit and get used to flying, turning toward myself. Here we go. I mean, I can do it, you know, it's just not as comfortable as it is for me to fly the other way. I think it's because flying the helicopters, that's how I always do my turns, is away from myself. And believe it or not, that was because of where I learned to fly fast forward was the wind was in my face, so turning into the wind was always easier for me with the helicopter, so that's what I got used to doing. So I found this website. It's actually for surfers, and it tracks the wind and the tides and stuff. Oh, that was a pretty good one. I don't know if you noticed, but this thing's got lights on it. It's got a runway light and two, I guess, navigation lights. Can't really see them right now, but they're on. They're flashing. But anyway, this website will give you, with pretty high degree of accuracy, what the wind speed is going to be hour by hour. And which, you know, for me is kind of important. Around here, 10 or 9 o'clock seems to be the optimal hour. That's the lowest wind speed. That was kind of nice, huh? See how many minutes do I have left here? 2.5. God, this is nice. So anyway, I try to get out here on Saturdays by 9, and then the wind usually picks up from there, but today is kind of unusual. It was blowing 5 or 6 miles an hour when I got here. It's about 10 now, I think, and it's almost dead calm, which is really nice. I really like this guy. So I've got a Cessna 310 I'm building. I'm taking my time with it, and I've been trying to hard coat it to keep the foam dent free and be able to clean it, and it's working good. I mean, the foam is still soft underneath, but you know, it's not as bad as what it is fresh out of the box. So looking forward to getting that one put together. Now that guy's that was a little hard. That guy's a twin engine, so that's going to be a unique experience, I think. It's a dynam. Now the motors actually run the same direction, which I think they should run counter-rotating, so I found a place where I can get the pusher prop for one side, and I'll just flip one of the leads on one of the ESCs and have them counter-rotating. But for now, I'm just taking my time. I wanted to get used to flying something because it's this size here. I wanted to get used to flying something bigger than what I learned on, and I thought, well, I might as well get another 182 because I know the flight characteristics from the small one, and it actually seems pretty similar except for the size. It reacts a little slower. See, 17 seconds. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and land her. Flaps down, Oh, there's my timer. Okay, here we go. No throttle at all. Ooh. Well, that was a tough landing. Guess I should have had a little throttle. It was dropping faster than I wanted it to, but that's okay. Nothing's broken, so I'm good with that. Well, there she is. Well, guys, nice talking to you, and I'll post this online probably in the next day or so, and we'll see you later. Bye.